Okay, folks, so we're here for the Flost. What does Flost stand for? Okay, I have some notes here. I'm going to read them verbatim so everyone knows what the official word for Flost is. Flost is floating local option sales tax. It is a concurrent resolution adopted by the governing authorities of Liberty County and the municipalities of Hinesville, Flemington, and Walthamville. It does two things. It limits the annual assessment of homestead exemption property tax according to the rate of inflation. Some of us, we get a property tax bill that increases 20%, 30%, sometimes 50% year over year. That's on us, okay? That's on us because as far as the state of Georgia, they have tax assessors in every county, and what they do is they put the information about your home, and that calculates as far as your assessed value. Okay, what the floss does, part of it will be limited the rate of increase, 3% or the rate of inflation, whichever's lower. Number two, obviously, it's a sales tax, so it's a penny tax, and it's going to accrue monthly, and it's going to help to lower the millage rate. And as far as your property tax is concerned, two things are concerned as far as it's part of the assessed value. If that goes up, your property tax goes up. If the millage rate goes up, which ours is about 21 for unincorporated area here in Liberty County, then it goes up. Floss solves both those problems right there. But it is going to be a another sales tax. If both of these referendums get approved, we'll be at 9%. That's just the general information on what's going to happen. We're going to get started as far as with the con.
Is it ready? I'm gonna be really short and sweet. I think there's really one main con to the floss, and that's really no cut to the budget, no tax cuts. So the people are wondering here. Okay, so we're gonna rely on more of a government body to regulate that, right? So your millage rate, yeah, they're gonna decrease your millage rate, but we have so many properties being built in Liberty County, and property values keep increasing. So at the end of the day, millage rate going lower, does it really matter? No, not necessarily. So I think that's with our with the people. What we see is just with accountability, who's going to be regulating these types of things. Okay, because I think that's where we find ourselves in so much trouble is relying on government bodies to do that. Now, when the people look at tax, when they look at this, they're like, well, okay, we're not guaranteed anything. We're not guaranteed anything. We're not guaranteed a tax break, a budget cuts, anything. We're just relying on the government's word. So that's and I think a lot of people's biggest con.
Okay, so we're doing this like we are the public. We are the other people out there. We're everybody out there. This is what we think. Tommy said the same thing, and I was talking about same thing I was thinking of. Who's going to actually do the budget, and who's going to lower those rates? Where's the account? Where's the transparency? Transparency, right? That was the word used. Where's that transparency to show us that you're going to? If I remember, I think I read inside this floss that it stated may. Does it say must now? Okay. Well, if that's a must, who's going to show me it did? Who's going to show me? How are we going to see that? No, you understand what I'm saying. This is what the public is thinking. They're gonna wonder because the house that I bought 8 years ago here at $155,000, I just took out a mortgage. Had to, bad rates and all, but I had to. But my assessed value was almost $400,000 over 8 years. Now let me tell you, if I had the money, I'd be buying all kinds of property up. Because I'm going to tell you what, right now, that is ridiculous. And if these tax rates keep going up, that millage rate's going to be negated. So you're going to tax me this a little bit. You say you're going to lower this rate a little bit, but you're going to tax me on my house that's way up here. That's my concern.
So I guess I gotta be the Republican talking.
Rebuttal, don't we? Rebuttal, right?
Yes, sir. Okay, well, I got a tough job here. I'm gonna be the Republican talking well on a sales tax. Um, but let's talk about what a property tax is. Like I said, it's your assessed tax rate for your house plus the millage rate, well, multiplied by the millage rate. That comes out to your property tax, okay? City, county, school board, all of them have councils, commissions, and Board of Education, and they make a bill, a budget. Based off that budget, a millage rate's created, and then you get taxed for that. Now, I understand what Jimmy and Tommy are saying. I get it. 2 years ago, anytime we say a SPLOS, whether it be a T, E, S, I say no. But ever since I ran last year, 2024, started going to these meetings, started getting good information, because there's good information out there. I looked at this bill right here. And this is House Bill 581. And Georgia State Republicans, they introduced it. It's called Save the Homes Act. It's not just a Liberty County problem. It's Georgia statewide problem, and we're here to fix it. So what we're going to do is, let's talk about a little bit of the cons. It is a tax. So this tax is used to pay another tax. But let me show you what you're getting billed. $1,000 you spent on groceries. $1,000 you go to big Walmart. What happens? You're going to get charged $10. $10. That's less than a Netflix subscription per month. Okay? And it's not only you getting taxed for that. It's anybody and everybody coming in and out of Liberty County. Monday through Friday, we have a lot of people going up and down 84 and 196. We know this. And currently, only Liberty County residents pay property taxes, and we pay sales taxes. If we raise this sales tax, the estimations are, as far as for T-SPLOS and regular SPLOS, we accrue about 1.1, 1.2 million a month. Okay? So there's real money to be made off this Flost. Again, I understand what you guys are saying. I'm there with you. That's why I ran. I don't trust government. That's why I ran. I waited 25 years for a Republican to run. I had to be that Republican. But as far as this Flost is concerned, the Georgia State Republicans who put it as far as together, I read it backwards and forwards. It will lower our property taxes. Let's use Hinesville for an example. Hinesville, their estimations, you can cut the property tax millage rate in half, up to in half. It's currently at 10.10. Estimations are saying we can cut it to 5. For the county, you can cut it by maybe 30%. Again, these are estimations. It's based on how much money is being spent in our county. We have the T-SPLOS and we have the regular SPLOS already accumulating. So I can tell you with confidence it's 1.1 to 1.2 million a month. This will absolutely be a game changer, not for just for Liberty County, but for the state of Georgia. And I started off by saying 196 counties had the same opportunity we did. And only 3 said yes. Henry County, White County, and Liberty County. Everybody else was the way we are. Oh, another SPLOS? No. Bryan County created their school, Richmond Hill High, without a SPLOS. Why? Because they just killed it this last year. But this right here can absolutely change the game, how we collect property taxes, how we collect taxes in general. Because right now, our property taxes accumulate, it's about 50 to 60% of what our budget is. If we start saying, you non-Liberty County residents, y'all need to help out a little bit, it's going to pay down our millage rate, I'm all for it. I'm here for lower property taxes. That's what I'm here for. And like I said, I ran for county chairman last year. I had 8,801 people support me last year in 2024. I ask you one more time to support me. November 4th, vote yes for Flost. Thank you.